Maybe because of the few years I spent in Paris in my early age, I have a strong feeling that I belong here. The smell, the taste, and something in the atmosphere still excites me. Here I got to know the culture of the West through so many musicians, dancers, painters, and other creative giants. After many long years in India learning from Baba, I had this strong urge to bring our classical traditional music to the Occident. It has been a long journey for the last 30 years. It is for others to say if I have achieved anything in my mission. Though I am back in India to my roots, I still like to come to the West for short periods, to relive my nostalgia, to be recharged. It is 6 at time. Pum, pum, pum. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'll try, huh?
You try. 1, 2, 3, and pum, pum, pum. Now, can you add a little ornament?
Okay.
Emotionally?
Okay. Ouais.
What a great musician Jean-Pierre is. It has been a joy for me to compose for him and perform with him.
C'est peut-être pour l'arrière ou c'est
Là, on la pose.
And then what we do?
Pam, 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 pam.
Voilà.
Je sais pas si on fait ça.
Il n'y a pas de problème. Il faut faire bien attention de ne pas la cogner. Hein. Ça va, Freddy?
My friend Yehudi Menuhin is not just a great musician, but a great human being. He has so much of love and understanding in him. I have never seen such humility in any other Western musician, and rarely in an Indian musician.
It didn't happen suddenly. It took me a full 15 years or more before I had the courage to agree to play with Ravi.
Allah Rakha, the great tabla virtuoso, has been my main tabla accompanist for 25 years. There is such love and friendship between us which always comes out when we perform together.
What struck me and has forever remained with me is the impression of the making of music as a dedicated religious rite, a consecration, a gift, returning the gift of life, a gift back to God, as it were. I found that intensely moving. And when we think of Debussy and Ravel, who were fascinated by the Oriental, we know that the Oriental has always been part of the Occidental, that we come from India, as it were, that the gypsies, their scale, is still one of the Indian ragas, one of the Indian scales. And thus, when I returned to India, returned in the universal, primordial sense. I'd never been to India, but I think we all return to India when we go there. And the person to whom I owe the greatest debt for this revelation is, of course, Ravi Shankar.
Gap. There are two gaps.
No problem.
Right.
No problem.
Mrinal Sen is an outstanding film director from India. I'm enjoying doing music for his latest film, Genesis.
Tanpura first. First the Tanpura will start, and then the voice. Okay? One.
As you all know, Ravi Shankar is a man who believes in cross-fertilization, and he is a person who has been able to fuse both the Western and the Oriental music without losing track of his own heritage.
I don't know if people will agree with this, but I think it was one of the original intentions of music to be international, to have what I would call international folk music. And I think all these giants of music like Ravi Shankar, John Coltrane, A. Miles Davis, A. Stravinsky, all of these musicians have gotten to the point where it is an international folk music, well, I'll just say thank God for that.
This was during the film Raga, right?
Yes, I think 68
actually.
1843, really, when we were teenagers. When was it? 1968.
And that was a real explosion after
the
success of Ravi's,
It is strange to see pop musicians with sitars.
Really?
I was confused at first. It had so little to do with our classical music. When George Harrison came to me, I didn't know what to think. But I found he really wanted to learn. I never thought our meeting would cause such an explosion. That Indian music would suddenly appear on the pop scene. It's peculiar. But out of this, a real interest is growing.
Well, Ravi had quite a good audience before I came along into his life. But at that time, things just got crazy and exploded. And it became like a fashion. Everybody was into Indian clothes and playing sitars and that sort of thing. And then later, as the old fashions disappear, which wasn't really very good for Ravi, because he then had to start all over again and rebuild his audience. But I think the good that has come from that is that a lot of people who might not have known about the music got to hear about it, and also those that it meant something to are now staunch fans, and I think his audiences are very big, and I think the people have a much better understanding of his music now. Certainly people in India also, and various other countries that might not have got to know about it, understand a lot more about Indian music. I think it's largely due to this one person, through Ravi's own work. He's gone all his life really touring. I did tours for 2 years, and that was enough for me, but he's been touring for like 30 years, and still doing it till this day. It's very good.
Ravi is, without any doubt, one of the greatest musicians today. He takes his place alongside Casals and other great musicians, but as a composer as well, he has not only brought Indian classical music to the West, but he has also, in no small degree, influenced Western music, particularly Western improvised jazz music, but also Western composers. His own concerto for sitar and orchestra is the most interesting and colorful work. It's the best kind of what otherwise could easily be, and is under many circumstances, a bad bastard music, as for the cinema very often. But his is genuine. The sounds and the effects he creates are genuine Indian sounds created with our modern orchestra. And the performance of that work, which I heard in London with Zubin Mehta conducting the LSO, London Symphony Orchestra, was most striking and very, very interesting.
As an Indian, I feel proud of Zubin Mehta, who is one of the great conductors of the world today. I enjoy working with him and New York Philharmonic Orchestra on my second sitar concerto, Ragmala, which I dedicated to him.
For me to play with Raviji would be comparable as if I would be playing in my world with Jascha Heifetz or Rubinstein or one of these. You know, I'm talking about a musician of that high a stature and level. I mean, I'm proud that I can tell my grandchildren that I have performed with Ravi Shankar. It's that important to me. One difficulty is that this kind of music cannot enter into the general repertoire because our part, of course, can be played by any good orchestra. But Ravi's part can only be played by him. There are so many parts where he improvises. So that if a disciple of his knows how to get into the spirit and improvise it, then it's fine. But at the moment, I don't see anybody else doing it. And that's a pity. And that's where we part company, the East and the West.
About 13 years ago, or maybe 15 years ago, I had a dream. I was going through this place and I found this beautiful mango garden, and I just wanted to have it, and I got it. And I wanted to build like an ashram here, have very special students, some special teachers, spend time here teaching, learning, discussing, just like in the olden days, a true ashram. Of course, there was not so much of traffic sound then. Well, we started it and it has become beautiful. Come with me, I want to show you. The dream I had was to have all the students, the teachers, live here together, eat, practice, learn, discuss. And in this beautiful atmosphere of the ashram, that would have been something fantastic. I have still hope that it will be possible someday. Let us see. I have got hundreds of students all over India and the world, including my own son, Shubho Shankar. But only a few have gathered here this time. I love to have them here, spend time with them and teach them for 12 to 14 hours a day. Deepak, Vishwamohan, Shipra Bose, Daya Shankar, Ramesh Misra, Tarun, Partho, and Shubhendra Rao.
I suppose it will be a little difficult to understand what we call Guru Shishya Parampara, what's the rapport between the teacher and the student. There is no time limit to our learning, Like in the Western music, I think you have very set forms and traditions of learning and everything. But here it's all so different that every guru teaches different, and we have to, pick our guru and then dedicate ourselves to him.
शांतिरांतरिक्षगो शांति विष्णुर्विष्णुर्विष्णुः श्रीमन्महापुरुषोराज्ञा आत्मनः श्रुति स्मृति.
Initiation of a disciple by the Guru is still a very important occasion in our tradition. Here, Ramesh Mishra, the noted sarangi player, is becoming my disciple.
गणान्त्वा गणपद्गो हवामहे प्रियानान्त्वा प्रियपद्गो हवामहे निधीनान्त्वा निधिपद्गो हवामहे बहो मम आहम जार गर्भधमा दोजा धम्म अम्बे अम्बिकें बालिके नमानयति गजनो स्वस्वतश्वकः शुभद्रिकां काम्पीरवासीं गौरीं महागौरीं मावास्थापयामि तं वैष्णवी शक्तिविशंच वीर्या विश्वस्य बीजं परमासि माया सम्मोहितं देवी समस्तमेतत्तं वै प्रसन्ना भुवि मुक्तहेतुः तन्मा वदनामि शतशारदायायुष्मान् जरजठरजठा सम्म येन बद्धो वरी राजा दानवेन्द्रो मामलः गुरुभ्यो नमः. तिनत्माम् अनुबध्नामि रक्षे माचलो.
See, this is like an open-air theatre. I thought that we could have here all music performances, even dance, Kathakali, Bharatanatyam, ballet, even dramas, Kalidas, Shakespeare, Molière maybe. But dream hasn't come true yet. I'm waiting for it. But most of it was stopped because lack of money, lack of finance. You see, I sunk all my money as much as I could, but then I couldn't do it anymore. It needs so much more money to bring it to my dream, up to my dream. And I'm optimist, but still, it's unfinished, as I said. All these beautiful trees that if we put, some of them has become so big and beautiful. They were just like this. And then this place, especially this place, my plan was to make a beautiful complex of indoor stage, studio, workshops, and basement will have recording studios and television, and all sort of things, in the same building. But all you see now is just a gaping hole now. Well, maybe someday. My sister-in-law and a favorite student of mine, Lakshmi. She has an unique voice and appeal in her singing. The harp is an instrument for angels, and in Martin's hand, it sounds heavenly.
Ravi m'a dit, est-ce qu'un jour on pourrait faire quelque chose en enregistrement? On a joué 2 ragas, un pour flûte et harpe, qu'il a composé pour moi, si vous voulez, dans la manière occidentale, mais considérant que la flûte avait un rôle d'instrument oriental, c'est-à-dire qu'il a composé un raga comme si c'était joué par une sitar, avec accompagnement de harpe. Et moi, je joue le rôle de la sitar.
We have each a remarkable world of sound, of inspiration, and there have been a few minds in the West which have bridged those. I can think of the 2 greatest musicians I've known, Enesco and then Bartók, who were people who understood the world of India, the world of the East, quite instinctively. We in the West have paid a price for the wealth of our polyphony, for the wonderful sounds of harmony and dissonance that we now enjoy. The price is the subtlety and precision of our ear and the intellectual precision of our thought. These 2 elements are remarkable in Indian classical music. Their inflections, their appoggiatura, all their ornaments are very, very precise, and laws governing them are equally precise, because in order to improvise, the ground has to be as well prepared as possible. Therefore, the improvisation rests upon structures which are very defined, but all the rest is up to the individual. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pa, 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 pa.
Flies, he soars. Sometimes the concert finishes around 2 o'clock in the morning. And there, after about midnight, you see the real Ravi coming out. And for this, I think we owe him. And the world owes him. And what he has done for Indian music and the appreciation of it in the Western world is, I mean, unpayable. Nobody has done that. Nobody has made these inroads.